Today is all about the Wii U, baby. We're going to talk about third-party games on the Wii U that are arguably best played on the Wii U. I beg your jargon? What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking All Gas, No Brakes. It's a triple IPA by Wake Brewing and Reunion Brewing.
All gas, no brakes. Kind of sounds like how we live our life. You know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss one of our bi-weekly uploads. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a beer if you care to, and let's take a look at some third-party games on the Nintendo Wii U.
J-Love81 and you're watching my boys gaming off the grid.
Most of you watching probably know Nintendo's relationship with third-party developers over the years has been kind of a rocky one at best. I would say starting with the N64, it became kind of a console that was tough for third-party developers to develop for because they were going on a different beaten path than the rest of the console. So 64, they went cartridge-based, so developers were kind of like, god damn it, now I gotta mess with that. And then, you know, with the GameCube, the smaller discs wasn't a huge deal. But then as the Wii kicked in, it was a completely different type of console.
You gotta add motion?
Yeah, but the Wii's saving grace was it sold a ton of units. So third-party developers were like, yeah, I'll shovel some shit because you guys have such a large install base. But then we arrived at the Wii U, which again was a quirky console, had a gamepad that no other console on the market at the time had, made it difficult to develop for, and it sold like ass. So finding good third-party games on the Wii U is not only kind of an anomaly, but it's also rare to find ones that are the best version of the game.
Ooh, and there's a couple. That's actually what today's episode is about. Yeah. So we have a stack of games that are in our collection, and obviously there's going to be games that we aren't going to talk about because we don't have the entire library.
These are games we've played.
Yeah, these are games in our collection, so don't comment and be like, how come you didn't mention this? Because we haven't played it.
Yeah. But most of these, I would say, as we go through them, I think are the definitive version of the game. There are a few that we'll bring up that might not technically be the definitive version of the game, but they do offer some things that the other versions don't, which make them have a strong argument of why you may want to pick them up on the Wii U.
And let's start with one that's that way. Tekken Tag Tournament Wii U Edition.
I think this is the definitive version of the game for a couple reasons. So, at least the way we like to play Tekken is we like to play the game, but then there's also a lot of fun game modes where you can just dick around.
Yes.
This offers that. So it's the only version of Tekken Tag Tournament 2 that brings back Tekken Ball.
Which is
so fun.
It's so funny, but so stupid because your guy can't move backwards as fast as he can forward.
Yeah.
But it's really fun. And then, because it's a Wii U, Nintendo, there's a mushroom mode.
Yeah.
Where you get like these different mushrooms and power-ups and your guy gets bigger or smaller.
So I think there is like just your standard mushroom where you get a little bit bigger than the other guy. Then there's like the jumbo mushroom where you're like massive, which if the other guy doesn't have a mushroom, I think he's got a competitive advantage because he's small and he's just like a little ankle biter. There's the star, there's the golden mushroom, which makes you pretty fast. There's also the poison mushroom, which then kind of negates things and makes your guy kind of stupid. But this is really freaking fun, and I love playing it on the Wii U.
I will say that this version, the Wii U version, does have some serious lag, especially the load times and like the menus and stuff when there's two players.
Yeah.
So that part is kind of like, but once you're in the game and playing and all those game modes, it's like, okay, it's fun.
Yeah, if you're going for something that's really fun with another person or multiple people, I think this is the version of the game to play. So Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Wii U Edition. That gets our vote as being a great third-party Wii U game. A game that was originally released on the 3DS and the home console version of the game was something people wanted. And this game did get ported to other consoles as well.
Eventually.
But I like Resident Evil Revelations best on the Wii U because of the tablet integration.
Dude, I love the way the tablet works on this. It's so cool. Plus, this game is really sweet. It's dumb that it's not co-op. That's one thing that drives me nuts because it starts off and there's two people. But other than that, it's a great game.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's a must-play for Resident Evil fans, and it just offers to me, you know, that navigation on the tablet of menu items and things like that.
And seeing the map and stuff.
Yeah, that you would normally maybe not have that good of a look at or have to pause to look at, and it's right there. For a Resident Evil game, it just fits very, very well. And I think this is a must-play for Resident Evil fans, especially if you want to play it on the home console. I think that's kind of the way to do it.
Now moving on to one of my favorite Wii U games. We've talked about this game before, and that's Rayman Legends. This game is so awesome on the Wii U. It's up to 5 players, which is so cool, and one person can be on the tablet. I love the way the tablet integration where you can cut things and the things react on the screen. Plus, this game is beautiful.
I mean, in my humble opinion, I think yours as well, I feel like this game was built for the Wii U.
Yeah,
I think,
definitely.
To me, it feels like a Wii U game that was ported to other consoles because the way you control, what's the little Jimmy's name? I can't remember his name.
Jimbo.
I knew it at one time, but the way you can control him with the tablet and just kind of touch things into place and have him do his thing. And then you mentioned it's up to 5 players. Gorgeous game. Does not get much better looking than this, and this is a dark horse for it's up there in that I would put it in the top 10 best platformers of all time. I love this game.
It is amazing. Now moving on to a game that might not be amazing, and it's weird to go back to, but with a tablet integration, it makes it really fun, and that's Madden 2013.
Yeah, so this one falls into the bucket. I would say this is not the definitive version of the game.
But
there's a really cool feature.
Yes, the way you can do hot routes, is that what it is?
Yeah.
On your tablet. I don't know anything about football, but you can do hot routes on your tablet where you can just draw, and they'll do it.
Yeah.
You can make a guy run in circles, and he'll do it on the field.
So I think it's a cool novelty thing. Now, if you were just going to play Madden by yourself or online, which you wouldn't be playing Madden 13 probably online, but this is where it gets fun is playing 2-player because you can draw hot routes only the person with the tablet.
Yeah.
So you're at such an advantage over the other person. So it's really fun. It's like, dude, you know,
guys
if you use her on defense, you kind of learn in Madden what routes the stem looks like, and so you kind of know what's coming. No. Not when you're drawing hot routes out there.
If you are drawing hot routes, you got to be kind of quick because obviously you have a time limit. So you got to be okay, do this real quick and then in the game. But that's what makes it fun. It just makes it different.
I mean, I wouldn't say this is a must-own title, but I'm not going to play. If I ever play Madden 13, it's going to be on the Wii U because I just want to have fun and draw my own hot routes. And that's just something, I think for a long time, Madden Hardcore has been like, dude, I wish I could do some custom hot routes. You know, even if I drew them outside of the game and then could implement them in the game.
Ooh.
This kind of brings that to the table. So, pretty cool. Games that are great for the family.
Yes.
And we just threw one out here because this happens to be one of our favorites. But insert Lego game here, especially the ones which most of them, I believe, have co-op. They really thrive on this console.
Yes, because, which a lot of the things on the Wii U for co-op, you have your own screen.
Yeah.
So in normal Lego games, it's not split screen, you have the full map, but once you go to the sides, you can't really go in, you gotta go together.
Yeah.
In this version, you can be on opposite ends collecting all those coins, doing the things.
Yep.
And obviously, you gotta be like, hey dude, I need you to unlock this door, and you gotta go find him. But still, that's awesome to be able to go and be like, okay, you go over there, I go over here.
Yeah, and I feel like there are some Lego games, and I can't remember which ones, that do have split screen.
Oh, there are?
I believe so. I believe a lot of them are a shared screen.
Yeah, a lot of them are shared screen.
But either way, these type of games, you don't want to be tethered to your partner.
And also, if it's split screen, you still can't see as much.
Yeah.
So I love having your own personal screen. That's another reason I love the Wii U.
Yeah.
And the Lego games are stupid fun.
Yeah, and
I love them.
You may look at that and think, well, I don't really care. I'd only play a single player. Okay, that's fine. Then it might not apply for you. But if you do want to play this 2-player, which I think these are great games to play with kids, also great co-op games to play with friends.
Yeah, they're just fun and easy.
I think having your own screen is kind of a big deal.
And now let's talk about a game that is kind of the same thing because you have your own screen, and that's Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now, the only real reason that we play this game is for the zombie mode.
Yeah.
Because you get your own screen.
Yep.
But it's still really sweet on the Wii U. I think if you're really gonna play this game, you probably want it on other platforms, like if you're gonna online and stuff like that. But the split screen capability is amazing.
And this game is still online on the Wii U, and there's actually a decent amount of people on there.
Yes, we played it recently.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I don't know how long that will last because it's starting to shut down. Over across the pond,
But again, you already made the point. This is probably not the definitive version, but I think if you're playing 2-player zombies, this is the definitive version.
Which is what we do. It's so freaking awesome because I'm on the tablet like, oh dude, they're coming.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Dude, zombies is so much fun.
Yeah, so I think you got to try that one. As it's a blast playing with your own screen.
All right, now let's talk about some Sonic games. Sonic isn't my favorite, but we do have 2 of them in the collection. So I'm going to start with this one, Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed. This is just a straightforward racing game. It's kind of like Mario Kart, but in the Sega universe. It is cool because they have other Sega characters in there, like Alex Kidd is in there and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you get one of the people from Jet Set Radio.
Oh, yeah, that's
Jet
really
Grind
cool.
Radio, and then I believe the Crazy Taxi's in there. The cool part is the transformed aspect. So you ramp into into water and air scenes, and your cart transforms into a plane or some sort of
really
water
cool.
device, and it's a lot of fun.
This game also offers the dual screen, so if you're playing 2 players, one person has their own screen on the tablet.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure some of the game modes offer up to 5 players.
Yeah.
Which is just another awesome thing on the Wii U. I love how it can bring 5 people together. Party console, man.
Now, I have heard going up to 5-player on this really bogs the game down. I have not experienced that.
Yeah.
We've only played this 2-player,
Yeah.
and it's been a blast. Not only traditional racing, tons of mini modes.
Oh, so much.
Tons of unlockables. Pretty much everything you'd want in a kart racer. And this game is available on other consoles, but if you're playing with another person, having another screen is pretty vital. I would rather play it on the Wii U.
And then another Sonic game we have is Sonic Lost World. This is a sweet game if you are a fan of Sonic.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Sonic, so this game is meh to me. Because it's just basically like a 3D platforming Sonic game.
Yeah. A lot of speed.
A lot of speed, but it is cool because on the tablet it shows you like the overview map and it shows your route on how to get to the end. So that's really cool because when you go into the levels, you're like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go?
The linear path
Yeah,
of where you're
so
going.
that's kind of cool.
And this game is a console exclusive, I believe, to the Wii U. So it was released on the 3DS, I believe, and I think Microsoft Windows got a version of the game. But if you're wanting to play it on a home console, it's kind of the only way to do it. And the game is gorgeous.
Oh, it's a beautiful game. It kind of reminds me of Galaxy, you know?
It does. That's a great comparison. But Sonic, right? So
Yes.
it's fast. It controls like you would think it would control, but the game's freaking hard. This game is hard because you're on a lot of suspended environments. So if you overshoot something, you go.
You're falling off
Yeah.
the edge. So
Yeah.
it's fun for a little bit if you're not a Sonic fan.
And here's a game that a lot of people owned, have played, and I don't think they would have thought to play it on the Wii U. Probably played it on 360 or PS3. It's Mass Effect 3.
Ooh, this game is really cool.
It is really cool the way they integrate the tablet with this game. Again, you get your map, you can mess with your weapons and all those type of things without having to pause the game.
Makes it so nice.
This game doesn't look as good on the Wii U, but it makes so much sense on the Wii U.
Yes.
That, like...
Because you can do things interactively, like as you keep going, you know?
Yeah.
Which makes it so you don't have to pause, you don't have to do all that stuff. You can look at the full map. It's really sweet. And speaking of another game that is very similar to that, actually there's 2 of them that are very similar to that. Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. It's basically the same thing. Your tool belt is on the tablet.
Yeah.
So you can literally switch between items. You can do all this other stuff just real quick on the tablet while you're playing, which is awesome. And then the same thing with Deus Ex Human Revolution. It's your map and all your upgrades and everything, your guns, right there on the tablet. It makes the gameplay a lot more fluid, I think.
Yeah, I would say that these 2 games are the definitive versions of the game.
Yes.
I think this game isn't the definitive version, but I do prefer the mechanism of using the tablet. So I will sacrifice some
The graphics,
gameplay,
yeah.
graphics, things like that to play it. But those 2, those are the way to play those
Dude,
games,
it makes
for
it,
real.
You feel, the Batman game, you feel like Batman.
Yeah.
You feel like Bruce Wayne, dude, because it makes you scan your thumbprint. God, it's freaking
Yeah,
badass.
a game that, a couple other games that basically, for the same purpose, and we've talked about both these games quite a bit, but Axiom Verge and Shovel Knight. The ease of use of being able to manage your inventory and your
Yes.
items and your armor and those type of things in these games.
It's just so nice.
It's so nice that once you've played them that way, playing them on other consoles, because we picked Axiom Verge up on PS4, I remember being like, dude, it's so annoying that I have to pause all the time.
Yeah, it's freaking frustrating.
So fluid, and these games aren't console pushers, so you're not losing any graphical capability that anyone would notice. They're, 8-bit graphic style, and it's just such a luxury. You don't think it's a big deal if you haven't had it and used it.
You've had an experience, but once you experience
Yeah.
it, there's no going back.
Yeah,
dude.
it's-
It's the way to play the games.
Yep.
And then, this game is so much fun, and I'm not even a fan of sim racers, but Need for Speed Most Wanted U, and I think this is the most definitive way to play this game,
It
hands
is,
down.
for
First
sure.
off, the visuals look incredible. I think it got ported from the PC version, so the visuals
yeah.
of this are amazing.
It's pretty remarkable what they were able to do with it on
Yeah,
the Wii U.
on the Wii U, I'm like, whoa, this is playing on the Wii U, and I don't notice much lag or anything. It
It's
plays
very
pretty freaking fluid. And then it offers this code driver thing, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Because both people can be in control of driving the car. I think it's used for like if kids are playing or
Yeah.
families and stuff. But it is weird because you were driving and I'd just be hitting the brakes.
Yeah, yeah.
But in that co-driver mode, There's all these different options. You can shut off and on traffic. You can make it day and night while the car is still driving.
Yep.
You can change what car you're driving. You can change the color of it while you're driving. And there's a really cool like button where you can deter the cops. So if the cops are after you, it like jams their signal, and then you're like, dude, this game
I
is
could see
so
us
much fun.
using that a lot, like in the career mode, where we take turns of who the main driver is, but then the other person isn't just sitting there with their dick in their hand. They've got something else they can do.
Yeah, so we're not like driving per se with the tablet, but I have it open and I go, hey, I think it would look better if we were driving at night.
And you get a better map on that.
Yeah, so I can pull up the map and be like, okay, left turn coming up.
Yeah, so when I was playing, like, you're like, oh, dude, this go here. This is what we need to do. And I've just got the little map on the screen.
It's really cool.
Very detailed. There's a couple games that, one, we don't have out because can't get it physically. It's not possible. And another game that is a digital download only as well is Affordable Space Adventure.
Yes, this game is, we've talked about this game a lot on the channel.
Yeah.
It's an amazing 3-player experience, unlike any other that I've played before. It's so much fun. It is digital download only. If you're going to get it now because the Wii U eShop is probably going to close.
Yeah, and
really
I think
soon.
we covered that in a Wii U eShop as closing type of episode a while back. And then the other one that comes to mind is the survival horror game, Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water.
Yes.
We did not get a physical release over here. There are
There's
announcements
rumors, yes.
of a physical release, I believe, on the Switch and other consoles. But the reason I recommended on the Wii U is the camera obscura.
Yeah, so I'm excited that we're getting physical of the game because it's an awesome game. But that it's going to other consoles doesn't make sense because the Wii U tablet is your camera. How are they going to do that on other consoles? It's it's going to be like the other games.
Yeah.
But that's terrifying. You're like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I love that game, dude. It's so awesome, and I wish they released it on physical.
Maybe it's weird because I don't usually like tack-on motion novelty type of things, but the way that camera works in that game, it makes the game more scary. It just works so perfectly. It's like that's what that game always needed, and it makes me like that version of the game better than the other versions of the game. And you guys know how badass the Fatal Frame games on PS2 are, but it's just something about that interaction with it.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
And plus the game looks beautiful on the Wii U. It's amazing.
And then a game that I have out in the living room because I was testing some Wii U's and stuff, but we've talked about it, and it's still actually alive in our launch title Madness series, would be the Ubisoft game ZombiU.
ZombiU. So this game is also available on other platforms, and I will say it probably plays better on other platforms if you're playing just the single player mode or just the story mode. But what the other versions don't offer is the multiplayer mode, the horde mode, the mastermind mode. This is where this game thrives. It's so much fun because the person with the tablet is literally like the mastermind, and they send the zombies out, and you see the top down view of the map, and then the other people that are playing,
they're just trying to survive.
It's like a zombie. It's like Call of Duty Zombies, dude. It's so much fun because you're like, oh, you're not gonna get out of this, boy. Sending a bunch of zombies.
Very unique, and it's odd to me, like that game in particular, and Call of Duty Black Ops, to me are worth buying on the Wii U simply for a singular game mode that isn't even the core part of the game.
It's just an add-on that they added.
They're so fun. Playing zombies, I played so much of that in college when it first came out. I think it was Call of Duty World at War that had the first zombie game mode in it. But once we discovered this on the Wii U, there was a month span where we lost a lot of ground on production because we're like, let's just let's play a couple rounds.
We'll just play a couple rounds.
You guys know how that goes. It's never a couple rounds.
We always say we can do better.
Yeah,
we can do better.
Yeah. And
it's
just so unique having your own separate screens. It's such a fun thing if you haven't experienced it. So I'd say we're kind of divided here on this stack or list of games, if you will. Some of them really thrive in that multiplayer element, and the Wii U's a great multiplayer console.
Yes.
Others, the tablet is just an awesome accessory to save you time and almost make you more efficient on your playthrough of the game because it brings your map and utilities and all those things.
It makes it so nice.
Right at your fingertips, and as you're playing, you're just boop, boop, boop. And, like the Resident Evil game, your map, it's so nice to have a full-scale, nice map that you can see what the hell's going on.
And it says if you've cleared the rooms or not, so you know if it makes it so nice.
We are Wii U fanboys.
Yes.
We love it. But it really does notch on my badge when people say, well, the Wii U doesn't have any games. Well, that's not true. It is not true. You just don't know about them, and you haven't taken the time to learn about them.
And you don't want to.
Those who know. But I think if you see a Wii U out there on the cheap, don't listen to that narrative that there's no good games. We've already done a video of Wii U games that got ported to the Switch that are way cheaper on the Wii U. That may change because I think the Wii U will be highly collectible. But they're a lot cheaper, and it started there, and they're not much different on the Switch. And then you got stuff like this. It's just like
third-party games. You got all the freaking like amazing Nintendo releases on the Wii U, like Nintendo Land. That's a great tech demo party game. I know the library of Wii U games is only like 100 some games, so it's not a huge library.
Small library.
But man, it's such an awesome family console, such an awesome party console, such an awesome, unique console.
Yeah,
I love it.
We're not going for a complete set, and I mean, I'm just doing beer math here, but I bet we have 50, 60 Wii U games, and there's not one of them in the collection that we would get rid of.
No, we love all the games that we have.
With the exception of maybe a couple Lego games, because we like the Lego games that we're fans of the series of, but we got something in the works for all the Lego games, so that's why we have them all. But other than that, there's nothing in there. It's all killer, no filler. There's nothing we would get rid of. So that speaks to a fairly strong library, in my opinion.
You know what else is strong? This beer. Let's talk about this beer. All gas, no brakes, triple IPA with Summit and Nelson Solve on hops by Wake Brewing and Reunion Brewing. This is an Iowa beer.
Yeah, Reunion is. You said Wake Brewing as well.
Yep,
Where are they from?
I think that's a newer brewery, but Reunion's from Iowa City, which is pretty cool.
Okay. Well, first off, let's start with I love this like 90s cartoon style, like Ren and Stimpy art.
Dude.
So
he's freaking going so fast, his skin's coming off.
Yeah, booger coming out of his nose, bloodshot eyes, his tongue hanging out. I mean, that's just total Ren and Stimpy type of stuff there. So that caught my eye. But this beer's, I think, pretty damn hoppy, but it's also pretty damn good. I like this.
This beer is really good, especially because we're coming off the heels of Bad Beer Month, where I'm not used to drinking crazy IPAs. And when I took a sip of this, I was like, yes, we're back, baby.
Back in the saddle again. There goes a copyright strike.
Steven
I
Tyler.
sound just like him, dude.
Dude, you have the same mouth size as
Yeah,
him.
dude. I sound like him to a teat, dude.
To a teeth. But this beer is really good. Triple IPAs. This one's still aggressive and hoppy, but smooth at the same time. This beer is really good. I'm really enjoying it.
It is. We've had some Reunion stuff in the past, and I don't recall if we've done it on the channel, but I've never been super blown away. I've always thought, like, oh, it's decent, or it's pretty good. I feel like they had, like, a Fruit Punch IPA or something once that we got.
Ooh, maybe.
And it was always kind of like, yeah, they're rowing in the right direction. I think they nailed it with this. This is a really, really, really good beer. Like 9 or above out of 10 for an IPA, for the style.
And it's awesome that it's freaking local.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love when Iowa breweries deliver and then we can just give them a nice tug on the channel. It's always
And then
nice.
no one else can get them.
Yeah.
Because no one else is from Iowa.
But guys, the Wii U. The narrative of a lot of our Wii U episodes is really just to nudge you in the direction. If you ever think you want to get in on the console, you better do it sooner rather than later.
Now is the time. And I know we've said that in every Wii U episode, but it just keeps going.
You know, a friend of the channel just bought a Wii U from us at a convention because he's trying to load up on eShop stuff prior to the eShop closing, which I believe was announced in Japan to be at the end of this year. We have a video on that we've done a while back of stuff you might want to look for to download digitally. It's an amazing eShop comparatively to what the Switch offers. So that's going to be closing. So there's a reason now to get, right there to get in on it now. And then just so many games and the low install base. I think it's going to be a console many folks 10 years down the road are going to be going, I wish I would have got a Wii U.
And I know someone's going to say this in the comment section, so I'm just going to bring it up now. The Wii U is also hackable. So it's very easily hackable, so you can put whatever you want on it. It's just a great console for whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah, and just for anybody watching who's watched more than one episode, most consoles we talk about are hackable. We kind of speak about things towards a collector's perspective as opposed to someone who's just wanting to play the game's perspective. We know all of that. We are aware.
But we keep getting comments about it.
We do have some modded consoles, but our passion's collecting, so we try keeping the train in that lane as opposed to the lane over there. Yeah. But anyways, we love the Wii U. We hope if you go out and pick one up that you do too. And we're just here to freaking educate you along the way because we've put in a lot of time on this console. And so I think we kind of know what we're talking about.
Yeah, hopefully we made you spend some of your own money.
We'll see. We appreciate you tuning in, subscribing to the channel. We'll see you next time right here on the Wii U network. I don't know, on Gaming Off the Grid. In today's episode of Gaming Off the Grid, we are going to talk about some dicks. It's my freaking
Dicks
show.
Insider. Both people can be in control of... Chair. Oh, yeah. As we're about to film. Yep.
I beg your jargon? What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking all gas, no brakes. This is a triple IPA. IPA. I can't fucking talk today, I guess.
What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking all gas, no brakes. This is a triple IPA by Motorcycles.